Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight, or if you're not listening live, on wherever you listen to. Sorry about last night. I was asleep. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was after 8 o'clock. I said, screw it, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, let's get right on into it. I'm going to be kind of bragging for a little while about my experience on Sunday at the Rage Against the War Machine rally. It was just a phenomenal experience. From seeing that many people there that had a common goal, which would be not a nuclear holocaust, ending all of our lives, to what I got to do, my job, which was the liaison or the assistant to Dr. Ron Paul, which was just utterly amazing. So let me see if I can show you at least one of the pictures, because it's turned into the new Where's Waldo. It's Where's Brian in his flannel, somewhere around Dr. Paul. So let me bring one of those pictures up, because it's cool. I gotta brag. It's something that honestly I don't know why I was picked for it, but I was, and I thank Dr. Irene for allowing, putting up the option of me being that person, and then Angela for approving it. So let's see here if I can put this up real quick, because it's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, here we go. So there's me in the background, and I keep seeing more and more pictures of me in the background with Dr. Paul. Let's see if I can get a full screen. Not much bigger. But there I am, right to his left. I was recording at that time because he was speaking, so there wasn't something that I needed to do right at that exact time, so I figured I'd do Facebook Live for my county party, and I'm hoping people like that little behind-the-scenes video I got. It was a few minutes of Tulsi Gabbard's speech, and then all of Ron Paul's speech. You could hear, okay, but the idea is there. You can listen to it separately. So that was just a really, really cool experience. And there's more pictures that are out there that I found. I keep finding them. I didn't get a picture with him in the sense of, hey, Dr. Paul, let's take a picture together kind of deal. But I did get pictures with him. He didn't know it, but he did. But I did get to shake his hand. I did get to talk to him a little bit. And at one point, I had Ron Paul right next to me. I had Tulsi Gabbard 3 feet to my left. I had Scott Horton about 7 feet in front of me. Next to him was Jimmy Dore. And then I had Angela McArdle directly to my right. So it was just, I was within this circle of just amazing people. I'm still not over it. I'm still just completely mind blown that I had this opportunity. And man, what a white pill of a day. If you watched Dave Casey's podcast the other night, I was on there with Dr. Irene and Tim Miller. They were both two of the organizers. I was just a working stiff that got the best job that you could get for the rally. So yeah, I'm just really mind blown and honored that I got that job. And it was so cool because initially, I went there to help set up the Libertarian Party of Maryland table, Me and my friend David set up the Maryland table, and we got there really early because I was also in charge of sandbags. And then it turned into, well, the time I was down there, I was the only person down there in the tent area or the vendor area, whatever you want to call it, that had an earpiece or had a walkie-talkie. So I was kind of the liaison for people down there and the people, up where the speakers were. So it was just so cool. It was so fun. I was talking to people at the Maryland tent. I was, running back and forth, helping where I could until my time came to look tough and pretend like I knew what I was doing. It was just so freaking cool. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, that was just so cool. So honored to have done that. I posted a picture on my Twitter of me with my Ron Paul badge. It's in my bedroom, but it said Assistant to Ron Paul, Brian Konkowski. And all the NAFO people came out of the woodwork from that picture. And Monday, I just had a field day reading these comments, responding to the ones that I felt like responding to. So yeah, it was just an honor. It was so much fun. I'm so glad I got to do it. It could have potentially been Dr. Paul's last public speaking engagement, and I got to not only witness it, but I got to be there right next to him, follow him around, watch it from right there. It was just utterly insane. And then the other people that were in the green room, I'm almost speechless over the whole thing. It was so wild, and I still can't believe that it happened. And it was a great. That's the definition of a white pill kind of day, where you just want to carry that momentum into other things. There's no rallies that we're organizing that are slated anytime soon, so I gotta find other ways to carry this on. So I'm going to carry it on my county meetings, getting involved where I can, and that's going to bring me to my next point is my kind of coalition building that I'm doing with the chicken thing, trying to get our laws changed in Anne Arundel County. I started this Facebook group, and I really haven't been promoting it or anything, but it's just slowly building, new members, and it's just happening organically, right? I'm not forcing the issue. I'm not promoting it, like I said, that much, but people are slowly joining this coalition, and that's what it is. It's a nonpartisan group of people that want laws changed in Anne Arundel County when it pertains to chicken laws. You've heard me harp about it so many times before, so I'm not going to harp about it for too much, but it's just, I'm just going to take that fire that I got from this weekend, from seeing all these people, from seeing a picture, it was Dr. Paul, Tulsi Gabbard, Jill Stein, and a couple other people all standing in a group taking a picture together. I mean, that shit is fucking insane. And I got to see that right there. They were feet away from me when that happened. I mean, this is historic stuff. And I'm trying to take this energy, and now I'm trying to turn it into a positive good for my community, which I really plan on doing. As far as the chicken thing goes, Anne Arundel County, the council doesn't know what is coming to them. They really don't. They have no idea that they're getting me, this person who's very fired up about just everything. It's just been, this whole experience has just white-pilled me to no extent. And I'm ready to really fight for these changes. It started with Defend the Guard with Scott Spalding, who was on last week and a couple weeks before that. Emailing the delegates that were on the committee for that because it's still sitting in committee. They haven't brought it out of committee. I don't know why. So sending those emails to the rally to getting this chicken thing going. It's awesome. It's an amazing energy, and I'm trying to just capture it, bottle it up, and take it with me for a long time. So that brings me on to my next local issue, which is in Howard County. Howard County, apparently, just like Montgomery County, hates people. And what do I mean? Well, I mean that they are trying to outlaw gas stoves. That's right. Howard County is officially the second most woke county in Maryland because they are trying to get rid of your gas stove. So what I have here is the Howard County government County Bylaw 5 of 2013. I guess that's what CB means. Let me go ahead and share that screen so you can look at it. There we go. So this is a lot like Montgomery County's bill, which is already passed and is already being implemented in the sense that it is law. And it's essentially the same bill. And what it is it's going to make a county council code that prevents new buildings from hooking up to gas pipelines, natural gas pipelines. The purpose. Let me just kind of read some lines from this. The title: an act requiring the Department of Inspections, Licenses, and Permits to report to the County Council with recommendations about changes to the Howard County Building Code that would be needed to require all electric buildings, requiring the department to consider specified exemptions and considerations, setting a certain deadline, and generally relating to the Howard County Building Code. Short title: Building Code, All Electric Buildings, Department of Inspections, Licenses, and Permits recommendations. Yes. Good old woke bullshit. Net zero energy means that 100% of the operational energy use associated with a project is offset by new on-site renewable electricity. And if the maximum on-site renewable electricity is inadequate to fully offset the operational energy use is offset by using off-site renewable electrical supplies. And it's funny that this is coming out. Let's think about Howard County. What is their only source? The only source of renewable energy that they could use is solar. They don't, as far as I know, and as far as I could find, there was no space and there's no plans to make wind farms, large swaths of land to put these giant wind turbines that are made out of materials that are not renewable, right? So the only chance that they have of doing this is using solar. Well, solar has been proven to be an inadequate energy source. It's a great backup for single site use, but it, as a large scale form of energy, it's horrible. We know this. This has been said before, and we have Ocean City that's now saying they want to get rid of the solar or the wind farms off the coast because whales are beaching themselves. Because the vibrations from the turbines are attracting the whales to the turbines, they get all thrown off, and they end up beaching themselves. And we end up with dead whales on the Ocean City beaches. Talk about the environment. So I'm not going to go through and read this thing because that's the gist of it. It's so stupid, and it's just stupid woke bullshit. I'm not going to get into everything that has to say about natural gas and renewable energy and just stupid things. It's not even worth wasting my time, not wasting my energy on. But just know that it's happening. Just know that people in Howard County want to take away your gas stoves and your gas hot water heaters and your gas air heaters, air handlers, whatever you want to call them. Just know that that's happening. And and they hate you. That's what it comes down to. They hate you, and they want you to have to pay BG&E amazing amounts of electrical energy. It makes no sense. I don't know where they think this energy is coming from, because you cannot create or destroy energy. It has to come from somewhere, and the way the bill is proposed as it stands, it's going to have to be mostly solar, and they're probably going to outsource it to other counties for wind and such things. So it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. And I didn't listen to any hearings for this, but listening to other hearings on the state level, these people just have the stupidest questions. These people, like Ron Paul said in his speech on Sunday, he was talking about artificial intelligence. Well, he dealt with it for over 20 years in Congress. And these are the same people that are in office today. These are people with artificial intelligence where they talk right, they say the right things, get in the office, and they're fucking stupid. And that's what we deal with. We deal it with on county level, state level, and the national level. These people are stupid. They say things that make certain groups give them money, get them elected, and then they're in there and they're a bunch of fucking idiots. And that's what we're stuck with. Speaking of idiots, last week I was talking about, and I was very fired up, about Senate Bill 378. This was the one where it was that minors who are at least 14-year-olds had the capacity as an adult to consent to vaccination. Well, people emailed, called, wrote letters, and they pulled the bill from the floor. So I have an article here. It's an archive version because Washington Examiner, they don't deserve your clicks. It's titled Maryland State Senator Pulls Bill Nixing Parent Consent for Vaccines After Blowback. Maryland State Senator Cheryl Kagan of Montgomery County, aka the most woke county in Maryland, has temporarily withdrawn her controversial bill that would allow minors to get vaccines without the consent of their parents from an upcoming legislative hearing. The hearing was actually supposed to be today. Today's Tuesday, right? No, yesterday. It was supposed to be yesterday. Oh, sorry. I used to doing the show on Tuesdays. She said, despite the fact that 17 states have allowed minor access to vaccines, my bill needed more research before it could be enacted in Maryland. And here I have the letter that she wrote to the chair of the House. I am writing to withdraw SB 378. This bill would have allowed minors over 14 to be vaccinated. Doctors would have determined whether a minor was able to comprehend the treatment. 17 states, including Arkansas, Idaho, Louisiana, and North Carolina, have already enacted laws to allow some minors to be vaccinated without parental consent. These precedents clearly demonstrate the wisdom and benefit of expanding access to potentially life-saving vaccines. Unfortunately, I started working on this issue fairly late in the legislative session. We just haven't had the time or staff to fine-tune some aspects of the bill. In the interest of promoting the health and safety of young Marylanders, I will research the issue over the interim. Please remove SB 378 from your hearing schedule on February 22nd. Today. Many thanks, Cheryl C. Kagan, Senator District 17. What she didn't say in that letter was that hundreds of people, to the point where there was a Change.org petition about this bill, forced her to have to make the right call. She actually listened to people because she knew that if this went to hearing, if there were public testimony on this bill today, she would have gotten completely and utterly destroyed. The people that come out to the state Senate are people who care, not people that blindly vote for these people in office. It's people that actually care. And the people who actually care tend to have a decent shoulder on their heads. Sure, they may come out and support some stupid stuff every now and then, but nothing like this. And this is what happens when people come together and people voice their opinion and people tell the elected officials how they feel about these bills. Sorry, Commonwealth. Missed this. But yeah, back to the gas bill. They hate you and they want you to suffer so that they can pretend to be doing something. Feel goodism. 100%. That's exactly what it came down to. And this bill is essentially the same idea. The idea that they are pushing some woke narrative that 14-year-olds can consent to a medical procedure. And hold on a second. Sorry, 5-year-old came in. But the fact that 14-year-olds can consent to a medical procedure, it's just the same thing. It's feel-goodism because their narrative, it fits their narrative, and they want to push it. So that is the power of the people. That's what happens when people come together, and that's what happens when people care, when smart people care, when people that have fucking common sense come together for a common cause and fight for something that they know is right or wrong in this case. So let's move on to some national, international stuff. I really just wanted to be able to give myself time to rant about those two issues, so I kind of just left it at that tonight. So this might be a bit of a shorter show, which is okay, because there's plenty of things to do in the future. So there's actually a Support Ukraine rally coming up this Saturday in the same place as the Rage Against the War Machine rally was on Sunday. And it is just as it is. It's a pro-Ukraine rally. Now, the website, it doesn't really tell you anything other than it's the 1-year anniversary since Russia invaded Ukraine. 1 year of Russia's war against Ukraine rally in Washington, D.C. Starts at 2 p.m. So it's going to be, 2 hours long? Maybe 3 hours long. On February 25th, the Ukrainian community will meet to hold a mass rally to mark the 1 year anniversary of Russia's. And I wonder if they left that not capitalized on purpose. Anyway, 1 year anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Saturday 25th at 2 p.m. Lincoln Memorial. This is the website pretty much. Their partners are the Ukrainian Charity Alliance, Yellow Help, Volunteerska UA, Rescue Now. And just all these actually like look like Russian or Ukrainian groups. So I do plan on checking it out just because I'm interested to see what it is. I'm not far from DC, obviously. We're in Maryland, so it's not far regardless. Starts at 2 p.m. so I can get some stuff done in the morning because I have things to do, as most of us do. And let's go check it out. And a few of us in Maryland plan on going, and we're just going to go talk to people. If we can talk to 4 or 5 people about what we just did this past weekend at Rage Against the War Machine, that we're not anti-people. We're not anti-Ukraine. We're not pro-Russia. We are pro-people and anti-war, anti-government, anti-government violent intervention in peaceful people's lives. So we're going to go wearing some of our Rage merch that we have, our hats and shirts and hoodies and things like that. Try to find some like-minded people because much like our rally over the weekend, there's going to be people that disagree with us. So if nothing else, we'll find the people that are kind of against the pro-Ukraine aspect of it and more so the anti-war aspect of it. And if we can talk to 4 or 5 people that kind of get them on our side, it's a net win for all of us. So that should be an interesting time. I'll try to do some live videos either from YouTube or the Anne Arundel County Libertarians Facebook page. We'll see what works best. But a few of us are just going to go check it out. Probably, cars worth of people. Just go check it out. See what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the show tonight. It's a short one. I'm kind of still mentally recovering from, Sunday. I took off work on Monday just to I just needed to just kind of go over it, go over everything that happened because it was a crazy day. It was a lot of work, a lot of running around. My feet hurt, my legs hurt, and I was tired. I was exhausted. I can't imagine how Tim and everybody else felt, and Sarah. What a great event that was, though, and that's not going to be the last one. We already decided to keep selling merch, so go ahead, head to the website, get yourself a hat, a hoodie, t-shirt, whatever. If you were there, upload pictures. There's an email there on the website that you can upload pictures if you were there. Please do so. I'm still just, here it is, it's Wednesday now, and I'm still just completely mind blown over this event. And it's not going to be the last one, and we're going to have more. And for me to meet not just Dr. Paul and see all these, big figureheads, all these speakers that I got to see and meet and things like that. I got to meet a lot of libertarians that I've watched their podcasts, listened to them, heard of them, maybe follow each other on Twitter, and then finally got to meet. So it was just all around just awesome experience. If you couldn't make it, and you haven't listened to any of the speeches yet or watched the stream that we had up, please go do so. I would implore you to do so. Try to capture that energy for yourself. Try to take that energy, like I was saying, take that white-pilled energy, bottle it up, and try to make something better of your community from this big national event. So with that, that's all I have for tonight. If I have time, I'll try to do another show later this week. Been a little bit busy since then. Kind of Monday was just a lay low kind of day, kind of trolling the the pro-Ukraine people on Twitter. So that was a fun day on Monday, between just hanging out with the family because my wife and son were home, and there's so much going on. There's plenty more in this legislative period that I have a lot more to go over. I just kind of wanted tonight to be mostly about kind of recapping the rally. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, please do so. Let me just put it up there in the comments, and I'll put it in the show notes too, because I'm still just posting pictures and things like that. And if you don't follow Rage Against the War on Twitter, or you don't go to the website, just check them out too. So with that, everybody, have a good night, and I'll probably live stream Saturday from this other rally and see what that's all about and fill everybody in. So everybody have a good night, and I'll see you either later this week or next week. Goodbye.